everybody. Welcome back. Still having trouble with the phones at the studio. So probably for the rest of this hour, I will be fielding questions from the live chat, which we are streaming live on the internet. Check it out, thedrgliddenshow.tv. There are currently 81 people in the chat room from all over the world. So let's get in and get her done. Murray chimes in and says, Doc, I've been taking 2 to 3 ounces of the calcium in the plant minerals, and I sip it all day, and I've been dead tired since taking the product. It's hard to keep my eyes open after drinking this stuff. Why? Well, probably, Murray, because your body needs to sleep. This is a very interesting thing to talk about, right? We want to follow the body's lead here. So when there was interesting studies done years ago, I think at Boston University, they took a number of college students and they put them into, basement rooms for a week or so. They didn't have any exposure to the outside whatsoever. The kids had no idea what time it was, and the researchers manipulated how many hours they slept every night in order to try to draw some conclusions about sleep-waking cycles. And what they found out was that everybody has a certain number of hours that they need to sleep every night. Let's say the average was 7 hours of sleep were necessary every night for your body. Well, if on Monday you got 6 hours of sleep, that's a 1 hour debt. If on Tuesday you get 5 hours of sleep, that's a 2 hour debt. 2 hours plus 1 hour, that's a 3 hour sleep debt, and so forth and so on. And the sleep debt accrues until it's paid off. So it's entirely possible that this Murray gentleman from the chat room, he has developed a remarkable sleep debt, and now that his body is nutrified, it's forcing him into the sleep mode in order to recover the sleep debt. And this is a very important thing, because one of the keys to walking through life with health, whether you are nutrified or not, is being able to get enough hours of sleep. If you don't sleep, I don't care how many nutrients are in your body, you're going to feel like crap. So, Murray, when you're not working, my recommendation to you would be just, set aside next weekend, if you have the weekends off, and sleep. Go to sleep. You feel sleepy, go to sleep. Block all the light from your bedroom. Turn off the clock so there's no even, electrode lights shining on your retina through your lids. Because the morning light or any type of ambient light in the room will mess with your sleep and waking cycle. I think that your body probably just needs more sleep. Now, that's one thing. Another thing to do is to stop taking the calcium throughout the day and only take the calcium in a large dose immediately before bed. Take the calcium in a large dose immediately before bed. And please remember, this is a comprehensive nutritional support intervention with 90 nutrients, not just calcium and the plant minerals. You need the Beyond Tangy Tangerine also. So give your body the Beyond Tangy Tangerine throughout the day, the essential fatty acids with every meal, and take the calcium immediately before bed. And, give yourself time to recover on your sleep debt, because I think that is probably at play here. Okay? All right. Who's up next in the chat room? Looks like Sharon says, oh, no, sorry. It's hard to read down this list, but I'm doing the best that I can. Somebody named Is in the chat room, IS, says, is soy healthy for males to consume? Well, I'm not an advocate of soy, because soy has phytoestrogens in it, and phytoestrogens will mess with your body's hormones, whether you're a man or a woman. So a little bit of soy, and by a little bit of soy, I mean maybe, a meal with some tofu in it a couple times a month. Or some, edamame at a Japanese restaurant a couple times a month, no problem. But on a regular basis, I would avoid taking soy, whether you are a man or a woman. And it is because of the phytoestrogen component. Now, there's also the GMO issue and the pesticide issue and all this other stuff, right? But notwithstanding that, I'm not an advocate of soy. I don't recommend it, especially for children. David says, I'm suffering from hidradenitis suppurativa. Yeah, can you help? Well, what we would need to do in your case, remember that's fancy schmancy doctor talk for a skin condition, right? It's a chronic inflammatory condition in the skin. So what are we going to do? We're going to give your body the nutritional support that it needs to optimize its structure and function. So I don't know if we can help, but I don't know if we can help for Niemann-Pick disease either. But here's what I do know. I know the MDs have nothing for you. And that the fundamental foundation holistic message here is that the human body is actively trying to fix itself all of the time. It is. But it can't fix itself with thin air, and pixie dust. Well, maybe if you could find some pixie dust, that might help. But your body needs raw materials in order to get the job done. And so, regardless of the health condition, stop eating food that's hurting the body and give the body the raw materials that it needs. One Dr. Glidden pack per 100 pounds body weight per month. It's a really good place to start. I would try that for 3 months. 3 months. And look to see inside of those 90 days if anything remarkable happens. And if anything remarkable does happen, which it is wont to do, maintain the therapeutic discipline. Just keep riding the horse until, you're as better as you're going to get. Not a bad idea. Now, after 90 days, if there's been zero change, you can abandon the therapeutic, but no harm and no foul. I know that everybody's body needs the 90 essential nutrients. I know that. I know that we need to stop eating the 10 bad foods. I know that. So, when we do these two things, sometimes the body has enough vital force left. Sometimes the body has enough resiliency left to get on the other side of the chronic health condition. Sometimes you get 90% better, 80% better, 70% better, whatever. I don't know. But your body knows. And your doctor doesn't know. So give your body a fighting chance for 90 days. 90 for life for 90 days, and judge for yourself whether it's effective or not. Every once we get a question. Well, Ken from Ohio pipes in with some advice, which I always like. It says, hey, Doc, if you're looking for a decent pizza crust or baguette, are you sitting down? Yes, I am. Gourmet against the grain is pretty good. Gluten-free grains and cheeses are used to make these products. It's called Against the Grain. Gourmet Against the Grain, is that the name, Ken? I'm looking forward to that. We always appreciate gluten-free recipes. Please go to Facebook, the Dr. Glidden page at Facebook, and contribute to the cause. Levi says, Doc, do I believe cannabis and or cannabinoids have any value in holistic medicine? Well, there's the age-old saying, God made marijuana and man made alcohol. Well, who do you trust? Well, yeah, marijuana is an herb, and marijuana has therapeutic value. It does. Yeah, most herbs have therapeutic value. Sometimes we don't exactly know what the therapeutic value is. That's why it's called the study of medicine, right? We're supposed to progress, practicing medicine, trying new stuff, new theories, new speculations, and seeing whether or not they hold up to scientific scrutiny. So absolutely positively. But the way that most people use marijuana around the world is to suppress symptoms. Most people use marijuana as an anti-nausea medicine or an anti-pain medicine, right? And, better to take that than Vioxx, which will kill you. Better to take that than, a prescription medication pain reliever that you're going to become addicted to and that's going to destroy your liver. But it's better yet to try to get to the root cause of what's causing the pain and fix it from the ground up rather than just medicate your symptoms. Now, you can medicate symptoms with herbs. You can. Sometimes it's an appropriate thing to do, but it's always better and best to attempt a cure. Don't you think? It's always better and best to attempt a cure and give the body nutritional support. And this is my recommendation across the board. Michael from Portugal chimes in. Portugal, I told you we were international. 52-year-old female, left foot nerve damage. Been to every specialist, pain meds, vitamins, therapy, massage, injections, back surgery, foot surgery, name it, she's done it. It's an old injury when she was younger, practicing for many hours with high heels, twisted it while on stage, fell off the stage and kept injuring it. The MDs say, no cure. for nerve damage so bad when it starts she actually goes into the garage with a pillow so her kids don't hear her left foot, so the kids don't hear her. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Okay, so what we need to do in this case is provide ligament and tendon and nerve support. So how do we do that? Well, we eliminate the 10 bad foods because the 10 bad foods cause chronic low levels of inflammation, and that's not a good thing. That's like, squeezing lemon juice into a cut. It's going to make it worse. It's not going to make it better. It's going to feel horrible, going to aggravate things. So we stop eating the 10 bad foods, number one. Number two, 1 Dr. Glidden pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 Dr. Glidden pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. 1 extra bottle of multi-EFAs. 1 extra bottle of multi-EFAs per month. 4 bottles of Z-Radical. 4 bottles of Z-Radical a month. And homeopathic hypericum perfoliatum. Hypericum perfoliatum, H-Y-P like Peter, E-R-I-C-U-M, hypericum in the 1M strength. My recommendation, take 2 pellets of hypericum perfoliatum, the 1M strength, once a day for 7 days. 2 pellets of hypericum perfoliatum, 1M, once a day for 7 days. And every classical homeopath in the listening audience just had a heart attack. That's my recommendation. I would take it and run with it for 90 days and see what happens because, and also, right, nerves are made from cholesterol. So guess what I'm going to recommend? Eating a diet that's high in cholesterol and completely eliminating any statin drug. That's what I would do. Now, if, she's in a state that I can't prescribe statin drugs in, then, she has to figure it out for herself. But I would flush all statin drugs down the toilet immediately. I would do that. There's no law against saying no to prescription medications. I mean, just follow Nancy Reagan's lead. Just say no to drugs. More to come, folks. Stick around. Sing it along. I know you want to. Welcome back, everybody. Phones at the studio are down, so if you're trying to call the studio, you will be out of luck. We are taking questions exclusively from the chat room, which is free, by the way, the drgliddenshow.tv. Check it out. Now, as I was alluding to a little while before, if you like what we are talking about and if you want to learn more, then get with the person that told you about this show. Because we represent a worldwide coalition of independent business owners, independent longevity distributors all around the world. And it's a networked business model. So if you're interested in what I'm talking about, if you're interested in what Dr. Wallach is talking about and you want to learn more, get with the person who told you about what we're doing. It's that simple. If you're listening to a terrestrial radio station and you want to know more, listen to the commercial break at your radio show and call the number that they give out during the commercial breaks. Because there are people, probably in your county, in your same zip code, who have your back and who will show you the ropes, and that's how we do it. And if you found us all by your lonesome, if you found me because you're trolling the internet and stumbled across one of my videos, or you just found this by hook or by crook somehow, then, and you want to learn more, then get in touch with Team Glidden at Longevity. That's 855-347-3696, 855-347-3696. Let's go back to the chat room for some more questions. This is getting really interesting here. Okay. Okay. Fern from Cape Breton, that's up there in Canada, says, hey, Doc, a 60-year-old, 140-pound man with flu-like symptoms for 3 weeks had several diagnostic tests and was just told he had Horner's syndrome. I wonder if he sat in the corner with his finger in a pie. As a result of complication with the carotid artery, put on blood thinners. What's going on here? I know Horner's is only an MD name for symptoms. What protocol do I recommend to support him? Well, whether it's Horner's disease or not is, a suspect, because MDs make the wrong diagnosis all the time. And once a diagnosis is in somebody's medical chart, whether it's correct or not, they're never going to take it out of the medical chart because they never eat their own. So, I would get a second or a third opinion from somebody before I, sat with any type of definitive diagnosis. I would. But again, even if it is Horner's syndrome, the MDs have no idea what causes it, and they have no idea how to cure it. They know how to name it and immortalize themselves into the bargain. Good for them, not good for you, because they're clueless about it. And you think about it. If we took antibiotics, blood thinners, and anti-inflammatories, prednisone, away from MDs, they would have nothing. They'd be running around in circles like chickens with their heads cut off, and they would not know what to do. They throw antibiotics at everything. They throw blood thinners at everything. They throw prednisone at everything. And it's nonsense, and we put up with it. But, there's a new sheriff in town now, right? Longevity. And it does make a difference. So what do? Well, we support and promote healthy blood. How are you going to support and promote healthy blood? Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Do 1 Dr. Glidden pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And 100,000 ORAC of antioxidants a day. 100,000 ORAC of antioxidants a day. And if you don't know what that is, get my book. Go to drglidden.com and hit the store button and get my book. You can be reading my book in 5 minutes. It's $10 as a download. $10. You want a soft back? We'll mail that to you. That's $19. $20. The MD Emperor has no clothes. Better yet, become an insider on my website. And as an insider, you'll have immediate access to over 200 hours of archived health webinars that I put together, which explain all of this in detail. Don't like the internet? Then get my DVD set. I have 3 DVD sets with different webinars on them. Maximizing the absorption of supplements, healthy weight loss, a strong body without cancer, healthy blood sugar, healthy bones and joints, cholesterol myth busting, healthy heart and blood pressure. Those would be good DVDs to watch, don't you think? I do. Way better than medical insurance. Way better than medical insurance, because knowledge is in fact power. So this is what we do. 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants, 1 Dr. Glidden pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. And for those in the listening audience, Longevity does not have a Dr. Glidden pack. This is shorthand that I have dreamed up in order to make my life easier. You stay tuned. I'll tell you what's in the Dr. Glidden pack when we come back, because it exists only in my mind. The drgliddenshow.tv is where you need to be. Check it out. It is free. Well, like they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's my boy reprising Romeo in the Seattle Shakespeare's production of Romeo and Juliet in good old Seattle, Washington. Thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for health. I'm a licensed naturopathic physician. I have over 25 years of clinical experience in the delivery of boilerplate foundation medical nutrition holistic interventions for the sick and suffering. I have been involved in the clinical application delivery of clinical therapeutics as a naturopath for 25 years. Which, beats a poke in the eye with the sharp stick. And my advice, if you had a bad tooth, what would you do? Would you go to the internet and try to figure out how to fix it yourself? Well, no. Well, if you have arthritis or high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes or fibromyalgia or anxiety and panic attacks, and you're frustrated with the ineffectiveness of conventional medicine, rather than try to figure out what to do on your own, through the internet, lean on us. Because this is the skill set that we are trained in. Lean on us. We provide foundation medical nutrition for the masses, the intention of which is to support and promote your body's God-given natural ability to optimize its structure and function. Does it work all of the time? No. I'm not aware of anything that works all of the time. It works most of the time. There is a point beyond which your body cannot recover its structure and function. There is a breaking point. And you've gone too far, Charlie. Sorry. But since I've been working with Dr. Wallach, I used to think, let's be honest, every medical doctor, every doctor in the world is a little full of themselves. They are. It just comes with the territory. Before I met Dr. Wallach, I used to think my you-know-what didn't stink, and I thought I knew, where the resting point was, where the point of no return was. I used to think I knew where that was. I don't know where that is. The things I've seen people recover from following Dr. Wallach's advice are unbelievable. And I got to tell you something. This is the greatest thing to happen to medicine since the invention of the sterile technique. And it is not going to trickle down into the public consciousness through mainstream. It is not. This is going to be a grassroots backdoor coalition agenda. Well, that's what we're doing here with Longevity. Promoting a message, for those who have ears to hear. Give your body the nutrients that it needs. Stop eating food that's coming up the works. Give your body a fighting chance to bounce back. Keep your fingers crossed and see what happens. Let's go back to the chat room. By the way, you can watch the chat room streaming live at thedrgliddenshow.tv. You can become a member and join the chat room. It's free. thedrgliddenshow.tv. Okay? Patty says, other than 90 for life, what would a 60-year-old female do for extremely dry eyes? Drink more water. I mean, that sounds silly, but you want to drink more water. And also, dryness in the eyes speaks to gummed up circulatory system, right? There's not enough circulation getting through there. It could be a simple thing as clogged tear ducts. Clogged tear ducts are caused by a vitamin A deficiency. So I would get a vitamin A supplement, and I'm not aware of a standalone vitamin A supplement that Longevity has. I'm not aware of that off the top of my head. So, get an over-the-counter vitamin A supplement added to the 90 essential nutrients. And also, when we are attempting to support and promote healthy circulation, we recommend the Ultimate Daily Capsules, one bottle of Ultimate Daily Caps per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and a diet high in antioxidants. All right, let's go back to the chat room and see who is next. There's a long list of questions here. Bonnie says, I'm on 2 meds for blood pressure, 1 for hypothyroid and omeprazole. I do have, as you say, one of the nicest doctors in the world. He knows I don't like to take the meds and hope to get off of some. Well, that's one thing. He doesn't believe I can. Well, that's another thing. And by the way, belief is irrelevant. Belief here is irrelevant. Your doctor telling you that he doesn't believe something is nonsense. That's not what a man of science, that's not what a woman of science should say. That's like saying, I don't believe in gravity. Somebody snuck some LSD into my cocktail. I'm gorked out of my mind on an extra-planetary dimension. I think that I can fly, so I climb to the top of the building and jump off. Guess what? Gravity exists whether you believe in it or not. Medical nutrition exists whether you believe in it or not. If I snuck hemlock into your drink or arsenic and you didn't know it, and you thought with 100% of your fibers and your being and your body mind, you believed that you were just drinking apple juice, you would die. Belief is irrelevant. Language is important, and facts are a stubborn thing. I've been taking the Healthy Body Pack for 5 months now, but I've had a hard time getting more than a morning dose in. Any tips? Yeah, buckle down and get more than the morning's dose in. Bonnie. I mean, come on, this isn't playing around. This is medicine. You're supposed to take it. It's tough. It's difficult. Yeah, I know it is. Get over it and take it. Figure it out. I bet if I showed up at your house with a briefcase filled with $1 million in gold coins that I got from Genesis Communication in Minnesota, from Midas Trading in Minnesota, I bet if I showed up with $1 million of gold coins that I got from Midas Trading in Minnesota and said, look, I'm going to give this to you in 7 days if you can take 3 doses of your nutritional supplements every day, I bet you'd find a way to do it. So find a way to do it. And remember, when we are attempting to support and promote healthy blood pressure levels, we recommend extra calcium. So it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to take an extra ounce of calcium a day, plus, of course, eliminate the 10 bad foods. Next question up, Cindy. Cindy from Waterford, New York. I'm aware that sugar craving is not enough protein minerals since having teeth out and protein is really hard to get enough. I did the first doses of the OsteoFX before bed. 2 hours later, I'm up eating melon and cookies. It's interesting. Couldn't get them in fast enough. EFFs are coming back with fish taste, or EFAs. Did 1 scoop of the BTT this morning. Been having this uncontrollable crying thing. Looked up side effects from the 2 drugs, and the mental mood disorder are common with both. I want to see how I get off of these things. Okay. So you need to get with the person who enrolled you into longevity. You need to have them walk you through, Cindy, how to take the supplements in a way that allows them to be absorbed in your body with efficiency. Or you could become an insider if you're not already and watch the webinar that I did on maximizing the absorption of the supplements. Because it's one thing to have on the desk the nutritional supplements that you need, and it's another way to get your body to, it's another thing to get your body to absorb them. Now, the problem here isn't with the supplements. The problem is with the body, because different people's bodies have different abilities to absorb the nutrients based on, too many variables to predict. So it's important that we figure out a dosage schedule which is effective. It's important that we figure out a dosage schedule which actually, doesn't make you dread taking your next dose of vitamins, and which actually facilitates and emphasizes, supports your body's ability to absorb the stuff. Because what good does it do to drink it down and poop it out? It doesn't do any good. It does a little bit of good. But it's much better to drink it down and absorb it. This is such an important topic that I did an entire 60-minute webinar on it. It's called Maximizing the Absorption of Supplements. It's available as an insider subscription. It's also available as a DVD. So go to my website and check it out and lean on your upline for support. This is a little bit too complicated of a question to answer in this context. Okay? I appreciate your trust, however. Next person up is Rebecca. Rebecca says, okay, here's the Dr. Glidden pack, and I promised I was going to tell you what the Dr. Glidden pack is, right? So it's shorthand. Don't go calling up Longevity and say, hey, I can't find that Dr. Glidden pack anywhere, because it doesn't exist. It only exists in my mind. It's shorthand. When I say the Dr. Glidden pack, here's what I mean. 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. 2 bottles of Ultimate Selenium. 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals, and 1 bottle of Ultimate Enzymes. I'll give that to you again, in reverse order. 1 bottle of Ultimate Enzymes, 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals, 2 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, and 1 Healthy Body Start Pack 2.0 liquid. That's a Dr. Glidden pack, and if everybody in the world did one of those per 100 pounds of body weight per day, in 1 generation, we would eliminate breast cancer by 82%. And we would take a significant bite out of the persistence of chronic disease. Yeah, all around the world. Because why do you get chronic diseases? Because your body runs out of the nutrients necessary and it can't handle the stress of life. It can't handle it. I mean, you couldn't handle a snowstorm if you went out in it in your bathing suit. You couldn't handle that. You go out in a snowsuit, you can sleep on the ice. No problem. Your body can handle the stress of life if it's nutrified. Your body can handle it. You have no idea what you're missing, because we have all drunk the Kool-Aid so much that we've become accustomed to genuflect at the altar of MD-directed medical mediocrity. Oh, thank you, doctor. Oh, under your tutelage, heart disease is unchanged. The cancer is unchanged. The arthritis is skyrocketing. Obesity is skyrocketing. Type 2 diabetes is skyrocketing. Autism and Alzheimer's are skyrocketing. Thank you so much, doctor. You're so good at what you do. I really just want to take your advice all of the time. Oh, Dr. Oz, I love you so much. And even though you were trained as a cardiac surgeon, I'm going to take your advice for everything else. I'm going to take your advice for everything else. What's that you say? No, I shouldn't take the advice of a chiropractor for open heart surgery, but I should take your advice for everything that chiropractors do and everything that naturopaths do and everything that homeopaths do. Oh, yes, Dr. Oz, thank you very much. Oh, doctor, you're the greatest. I think I'll up my insurance policy so I can have more access to your unbelievably ineffective, dangerous, and life-threatening protocols. Oh, doctor, you're just the greatest. You know what I think did it? Grey's Anatomy, Marcus Welby, MASH, all these TV shows all the time. Oh, House. The guy that plays House should be ashamed of himself. Nice actor, probably a really nice guy. And my son's an actor, awesome at it. But, I'd have a hard time if he was tapped to play an MD on a TV show that made MDs look like gods. I'd have a hard time with that. I would. But that's just how I'm wired. I have a very low tolerance for human suffering. I do. And this is a big, bad voodoo daddy, and it's across the board. We all collectively need to snap out of it. Candace in Ohio writes, testimony. My daughter has seen the amazing improvements in my health and has started taking the products to keep from looking older than me. Also, her health is improving. In 1 month, she's lost 10 pounds, and she wasn't even trying. This protocol is so effective, your body fixes itself without you telling it what to do. We love and respect the process. Thank you for sharing, Dr. Glidden. You're welcome. My pleasure. I'm in it for the long run. You can count on me. I am your steadfast advocate for health, Dr. Peter Glidden. The best is yet to come. Stick around. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden here, your steadfast advocate for health. Finishing up today's show. The phone lines at the studio have been down, so we're leaning on the chat room here, streaming live at the drgliddenshow.tv. So we're going to take a couple more questions here from the chat room, and then we're going to finish up the show. So many people talking about so many different things. It's really, really great. Denise says, Doc, I have a gentleman that's called about his wife. She's been diagnosed with stage 4 renal failure. Yikes. She's 61 years of age, 185 pounds, another casualty of conventional American medicine. If I was this woman's husband, I would be madder than a hatter. She's type 2 diabetes, occasional high blood pressure, treated with diuretics. She's just been mismanaged by conventional medicine. She's in a car accident 9 years ago, has 4 back fusions. Her latest blood work shows that she's all messed up. Where do we start? Well, we find Doctor Who's TARDIS and we go back in time and we start giving her medical nutrition from birth. We advise her to eliminate the 10 bad foods from birth, and then none of this crap would have happened. We advise her about the incompetence and the short-sightedness of conventional medical doctors so she avoids going to see them. Notwithstanding that, we got to start somewhere. Everybody's body needs medical nutrition. Eliminate the 10 bad foods. Take 1 Dr. Glidden pack per 100 pounds of body weight per month. To that, add 1 bottle of Sweeties per 100 pounds of body weight per month, 1 bottle of Sweet Ease per 100 pounds of body weight per month, and 1 bottle of Immortalium per 100 pounds of body weight per month. One more question. Time for one more question here. There's so much active chat here. It's hard for me to find a question amongst the mixed. Here it is. G. Garcia says, I have a customer that has high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. His main issue is his kidney functioning at 20%. He's currently taking the HSP 2.0 liquid, Sweeties and dailies. He wants to know what's my recommendation to help his kidney function. He's gluten-free and following the bad food list. Great. 6'3", 200 pounds. So in addition to what he's already doing, right, he should be doing 2 Healthy Start Pack 2.0 liquids, 2 bottles of Sweeties, 1 bottle of Ultimate Daily, 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, 4 bottles of Ultimate Selenium, and he needs to secure somehow, by hook or by crook, with supplements, drinks, and or food, 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. 100,000 ORAC points of antioxidants a day. And life will be good. One more question, I believe. Wanda says, hey, Doc, I've been following you for a couple of weeks. After taking the Healthy Pack for 3 weeks, I have tender breasts and wonder what's going on. I asked this because I had a hysterectomy in 2007. The only other time I've had tender breasts was when I tried chia seeds 5 years ago. Also, I might add, I started out taking the full dose for my weight and have since dialed back after listening to one of my past shows. Okay, so when we're experiencing this just may be your body's response to medical nutrition, and all of a sudden your hormone levels are becoming active, whereas you've gotten used to your entire life underactive hormone levels, melancholy hormone levels, mediocre hormone levels. So now all of a sudden your body has the raw materials it needs to make hormones, and you're just not used to that. So my recommendation, eliminate all soy products from your diet. Eliminate all soy products from your diet. Eliminate all soy products from your diet. And dial it back to a 200-pound dose. Actually, you know what? I would dial it back to a 150-pound dose for 3 weeks. And then I'd go to a 200-pound dose for 3 weeks. And then I'd go to a 250-pound dose for, time immemorial. But by the time you get there, you're probably going to lose 50 pounds. So I'm going to assume that this is just your body kind of waking up and kickstarting itself into gear, because finally, for the first time in your life, it has everything that it needs to function optimally. Time is your biggest friend here. Maintain the discipline. Fiddle with the program. Stay in touch. We are here to help. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you more than you know. Next live event for Insiders Only, 8 p.m. tonight. Live chat, worldwide live chat for Dr. Glidden Insiders and their guests. Until we meet in person, I am your steadfast advocate for health, Dr. Peter Glidden. Live long and prosper.